Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns.
We play to win. Let's go! Ready? Still ready? 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's get the ball.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Ryan. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Mecole Hardman, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joseph now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey. 4 down.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Tackles.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Catch made here by Campbell. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. Got an open man. It's Washington. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown pass to this opening quarter. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Joseph now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Right here. Check 3, check 3.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
At the Steelers' 40-yard line.
Set. 180. Let's go.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that.
On first down, here's Breida. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A.J. Boye up to make the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Get the ball right here. Let's go. No, Mike 52. Mike 52. He don't know no better. Shoot. 51. Down.
Ryan. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a third down.
Down. Ready. Hey, white. Ready. It's going to be a long day. Okay, quick play. Watch the twist.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Steelers 14, Browns 3.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Hey, check that. Gun. Boy. Here we go. Ready to go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. But it's brought in by Washington. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. A run for Nick Chubb. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
59, ready, 280. Rap. Check. Check, Mike, time to go, night. Alpha.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They go play action now. Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Steelers first down.
Black 25. Mark 54. Come to my work. 11. We want it. Come to my work. Ready for that.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Wait.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
I'm going to come back to you.
Ryan now going to try to run the option left, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On the ground, it's Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Let's go. Hey, echo. Number 53, Mike 53.
From the gun, Ryan. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's not like you're going negative on me.
I was.
He's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Breida. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Campbell making the catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. From the gun, Mayfield. That'll be complete to Breida. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it, and he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Point it right. Check right. Watching your 5. Down to lose 1.
Here's Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Mayfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Intended for Taywan Taylor. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for Harris Campbell. Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Point it right.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield looking for Campbell downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Coming this way. Here we go. Pistol.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. He's at the 30, past the 20, and all the way. Campbell, 77 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here we go. Undercrush. Check 22. Get out.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Returnable here for Callaway. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor, and they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
55. Ready? Watch out. Point it right. Check.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Mike 50. Coming to you.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now it's Peterson. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Play action. It's Ryan. Completes it to Hardman. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
51.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A toss play to Chubb. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Ryan. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Mecole Hardman, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Got an open man. It's Radley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Radley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns get a score closer. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On the delay, here's Hunt. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. The 20. 10, 5, and he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now the second down throw on target, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Run. 198. Watch 98. Double dog. That's the way.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
And again, it's Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And now he'll tuck it in. Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Check Mike, let's go, T. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He's going to loft one, deep left. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. The Browns drive about to get started, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Stop your
point it right, point it right, point it right. Check 25, check 25.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Here's Ryan going option right side.
Let's go. Come on. Run to the ball.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
51, stop. Let's go.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Joseph now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get this back to just the 20 with a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Mayfield looks to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Mayfield now from the 50. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw, Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Mayfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 27. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season,